Hey everybody, this is your professor giving this a little quick shot over here to give a bit of a visual resource on what we can do as far as what you're missing, since we have missed a lot of time with the blizzards. So really quick, a little bit this will be a recap and a little bit this just to show you how to do the different skills. What we're going to do today is we're going to generate a logo / branding identity. We're going to make sure we understand how to create and make our design in Wix, and then from there it's going to show you a couple of tips and tools and things like that. Now I am at home, so if you hear any random stuff in the background, that's because that's where my family's at. So anyway, let's minimize this guy and get started. So here we are, and just to start us off, I made a prompt to get us going. Please help me generate a brand / logo graphic that I could potentially utilize for my online portfolio that I'm making. Please include these 3 things that I like: music, karate, and family. Now you don't have to actually do that, guys, but I do personally feel that when you're having an online portfolio, you want it to be an accurate representation of you. You're not trying to sell something fake over here or anything like that. You are the product, so you'll want to make sure people appreciate who you are. Now, maybe you don't want to use a logo. Maybe you just want to use your actual picture, which is always preferred. Now, I recommend that if you're doing like customer service, if you're doing presentations, if you're doing marketing, if you're in a spot where you are really the product and people have to see you, then sure, put up a picture of you looking professional. If you're a teacher, maybe a picture of you working on activities and things like that. Anyway, this is a good prompt going back to the idea of a logo and brand. Let's see what we can generate over here. And while that's going on over here, the next thing we're going to do is Wix. So if you're following with this, then get a tab open that's got a Wix. I've got that open over here, and in this case we're just going to go from this. We're going to create a new site. Hopefully everybody has an account at this point. Here's some of the silly examples we've made before. There's my actual website, this is my other company I deal with, which we can come back in later classes. So there we go. That's actually not bad at all. Actually, I think that's pretty solid. So I'm going to click on this guy, and I'm going to save this, which I will utilize later. So I've got my picture and branding. I'm now going to go to Wix, and if you have this page, which again everybody in the class should have an account at this point, then click on Create New Site. And you may have noticed that folder, it was backups. Now, this is where we have the choice of using the chat with AI. I'm going to set this up without the AI chat. If you want to do that independently, go for it. You are future entrepreneurs, so why not? I'm going to do setup without chat just because I know what to expect and want to make sure this goes nice and smooth just from a baseline. So I'm going to click on that. Here we go. And then from there, guys, first, what's your site about? In this case, it's our portfolio. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to hit Next. I can skip this if I want to, but it is a good idea to have some things to help guide us towards templates that work. What do you want to call your site? I'm going to call this Matt's Portfolio. And oops, I didn't click it. Let me hit here. Matt's Portfolio. And we can go from there. So I'm going to hit Next. And guys, you can call it whatever you want. What are your goals? To showcase and sell my work. That should be good, and you can focus on, you can click on any of the things, sharing knowledge or anything else like that. Hitting Next over here, find the right site apps for you. And guys, with this, you don't even need to do any apps. That's up to you with it. And in fact, now that I think about it, I'm going to skip this because we're going to add them in later on. So taking you from your site dashboard, and it's creating all the fun stuff here. Once we're in our dashboard, that's where we can get the actual analytics and information that we need to create and utilize our site. So that's loading up over here. Here we go, and this is our dashboard. Now, guys, this is all completely free. One of the reasons I like Wix is it's very powerful. You have you can have a full WYSIWYG type site. You can move things around. It's almost like Canva as far as how easy it is, and then you can start a store and everything. It is going to always ask you. It's going to recommend. It's got to sell you something. It's trying to recommend that you actually buy your name. Which, again, if you are going to be a future entrepreneur or business owner in general, or work for the government or things where your name's in the public light, not a bad idea. I literally bought my domain name from this class when I took it, so I do recommend that you just hit Let's Go and purchase it, and that's your choice. Now let's go to Home for when that's all set. Here's where you have your analytics. Now we don't have any yet because it's brand new over here. So like for my site, this is where I would see my traffic, how it's going, what's organic, not organic. Well, for us it's all organic because I just choose not to pay for advertising. That's a conversation for the class. My total sales now for me doesn't come up here. We used to use Wix. Wix is nice for sales, but for the type of selling styling we do, it's a little bit too complex, and for the sales model we used, we weren't able to accomplish it because we do things like affiliates, influencers, and things like that. The AI agent, that's newer to me. I haven't used it yet since when I tried it, it was not ready, but you can mess around with that. Getting paid, that's where you have paid links, invoicing, and things like that. But that's where you have to upgrade it to do those. This actually does work nicely. Again, this is a feature that I used on VPI for a little while until we just outgrew its ability. And now, that also being said, it may have updated because that's years ago, so it may have improved. Payment finances, and then you have the apps. Managing the apps where you can add things like Printify and other things that you can put right into your site. Then you can go deeper on the analytics and inbox. This is just an overview of your dashboard, but now we're going to go to design our site. So we're going to go in the upper right-hand corner, which is our blue button. I'm going to click on that, and again, we can customize it a template, or we can generate using AI. I don't trust the AI for this yet, because when I did try it, it messed me all up, and it wasn't ready, and it actually got stuck a couple of times. If you want, again, to independently try it, please go for it, because when the AI works, it does make life easier. I'm going to pick a template. And now, again, throwing something out there, this Wix Harmony is their new platform with AI and whatnot. Now, I will be diving into that. I haven't yet, so for the purposes of this class, we're just going to let that be. And we're going to grab a portfolio or something that actually works a little bit better in this case. So here's one that I've used before. I've seen this one used a lot. It's easy if you want to use your picture. You can put it right there, changing it out. And this portfolio example template, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Your social media, and again, a reminder, you don't have to have your social media. Put your social media if it's going to enhance your image, who you are, what you're trying to accomplish, and what it is you're selling. Again, if you are trying to get a business job, having a Facebook link to you doing beer pong is not a good idea. But if you have your pictures or events, or maybe you've hosted Facebook events or something like that, and you want to show that you're a party planner, then that's a good idea to showcase that. That's up to you. In my case, I am part of my brand, so my social media and my website's tied to me. Having a resume link already. The point is, I'm going to use this template. And just to go back to templates for a quick second, to give you an idea, if you just want to search for it, this is called Business CV. If you want to skip everything else and just search that. So I'm going to click on Edit Business CV, and I'm going to get started with my design. So this is a brand new fresh site, so everything's going to be having templates and everything. I'm going to have to upload my images and things I want to use. And again, you can always use ChatGPT to generate whatever you need. And here we go. So creating the text for the site, it's going to tailor it to being a fake paragraph, or so there we go. It used a little bit of AI. Matt's portfolio is a personal portfolio website showcasing the work and achievements of Matt. And guys, from a baseline, that's not bad at all. I can utilize that right away. So over here, I've got my elements. Up to my upper left-hand corner, it's my About Me, Resume, Projects. So that is my page navigation. Then over here, I've got my Add Elements. If I hit the plus sign or just hit the Add Elements, here is the nooks and crannies of the entire site and my structure of it. I've got my text, I've got my images, I've got my buttons, my strip. The strip is when you have a whole confined section, which is really nice from organizing things. Decorative items, shapes and lines and other types of colors, badges, if you want to have like an anniversary product or some kind of special call out, arrows, boxes, a gallery. You can set up a gallery right away with different types and ways you can do it. And we'll go over this in other videos in class in general. Right now it's just to get you guys set. Menu anchors, having the menu, how it's themed, and then where it's going to take you to. Your contact forms. All this stuff is built in, and you can add it. You can even insert your own, but the tools they have are great. So now, right from here, let me just click and move some stuff around. First, that's not me, so we'll come back to that. The welcome's a little bit too big that it's actually jumping to the next line, so I'm going to decrease that. And notice when I clicked on the text, this floating text section came up, the text setting. Once I have that open, I can hit my style and change to different styles that are already preset. So the top style is at 100% pixels. That is 35, which is a little bit too tiny, so I can click on here and edit my theme. So if I hit on edit theme, this is where I can go through all the different ones and adjust it. So if I click on here, I can adjust the different types of stuff that's with it and use the theme assistant. But let's not dive too deep into that right now, because I just want to make sure you guys are comfortable in general. And notice now that my Now I shrunk it down a bit so it's fitting on one line. I'm going to drop that just a little bit more just in case someone doesn't have a screen with good resolution. So there's me just changing my text. So I can click over here, explore my work and achievements, view my resume, view my projects, and things like that. So, and again, all this stuff is links. If I click on this social media bar, it's going to come up saying set social media links. Click on social media links, and I have my choices: Facebook, Twitter, which is actually not a thing anymore, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I can click on add icons, and once that comes up, here's all the preset icons of any platform that you use. If you're a musical artist, then of course you're going to want to have Spotify in there. If you're a sales rep who deals internationally or globally and you're working in Thailand, then you should have your line contact. If you're working in Singapore, you're going to want WhatsApp, and also in Europe, and other things like that. Or maybe you're dealing with a lot of TikTok type of ads where it's fast and just jumping in. That's what you would have to decide upon, and then can go in here and you can set your link. So I got Facebook, I would click here, there's the title, that would be my social media link. So I'd be able to do that. From there I'm going to click done, and assuming obviously if I kept it I'd have it in there. And now I'm going to update a picture. So in this case, guys, I'm just going to click on add element, I'm going to click on image, and I'm going to click on upload image. So I'm clicking on that, upload from my computer, and here's the downloads. That was the test run I did. So now I'm going to click on this music and karate. That's the one we just generated. That's the one we just generated, right? Yeah, that's right. There it is. Looking pretty nice over here. So just uploaded, and there it is, guys. So that's another thing I can do with my different projects, which I'll do in a second. So I'm going to add that to the page, and that's my nice little logo. So in this case, guys, I decided that maybe I don't want to show my face. So I'm going to take that and delete it. I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to shrink him down. That could be cropped a little bit better, so I'm going to click on this, and you see down here I've got the different tools. I'm going to click on edit. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to click over here on crop. That's going to open up the ability for me to actually crop this image down. So I'm going to pull that in. I'm going to pull this guy in. I'm going to pull this guy in. And here we go. And again, this is something that would be representative for me. If you're one of my football players, this is going to make no sense. If you're on the lacrosse team, this is going to make no sense. I am going to change the color of this. I'm going to change the design. And from there, I'm going to go for a white background just so it matches my little logo here. And again, guys, this works if I don't want to have a picture of me. Because right away, if I want someone to understand me, bam, there it is. That's a quick, and also, guys, it is going with the whole rule of 3, which I mentioned in class about how when you're trying to sell something or some product, item, or whatever, don't give them too many choices. Small, medium, large. If you have small, medium, large, big gulp plus, big gulp extreme, the customer decides, forget it, this is too overwhelming, I'm not buying anything. If it's small, medium, large, then maybe they're going to get a medium or some other product in general that's within the size. So here, music, karate, family, done. I know what this person's doing. I know what we're looking at as far as someone who I'm working with. Now, guys, I'm going to add a page. Let me see what I have already. So that being my About Me page. Let's see what so resume. This is where I click on resume, and if you want, guys, you can actually take your whole resume and plop it in just like this. Updating the different text, I can click on that. And then let's say I want to add to it, I can click on this holding shift, which lets me apply to as many of these as I want. I can press Control C, which copies it, and Control V, which pastes it. And since it's still selected, I can move it. And then just like that, guys, I just added some bullet points over here. And I'm able to see that it's about the same so that it does look aesthetically pleasing, or rather, it's all nice and straight and looks proper. Down here, guys, you want to make sure all your links and information are accurate. So over here where it says call, I would click on there, and I would change it to my number. What's my number? 866. And now all of a sudden, there we go. I've got it updated. I can change this. Now, if I'm doing it for my own portfolio, again, I can click over here. I would make it my email. And if it's for my website, then in this case, that would be epiindustries.com if I were to do it from that perspective. And same thing where I'd have my social media bar and make sure it works. Then again, guys, just make sure you catch things like this. Those are really those devil in the detail moments that if you don't update it, then the person seeing it sees that you were too lazy to change it. So, but now let's add to our portfolio. So I've got my resume. I'm going to go to projects. Let's see what this looks like, guys. So I actually really like this representation. More and more, guys, I really want to recommend that you use this template because this covers it all. So let's say it's my first job project. I'm going to go back to my elements, add elements, upload image. I'm going to click on here, and then here we go. We're going to pretend that's one of my projects, which that was one of your job projects. So I'm going to click on this. That's going to open on up. And now it's in my media file. So I'm going to click on that because that's a graphical representation of the graphic I made. I'm going to add it to page. And I'm all set. I can shrink this down. And you know what? I'm going to just go right with this representation. I'm going to delete that box out. I'm going to lower this. You can do this. You don't have to do it exactly the way I just did. And now I'm going to put it right over here to represent my work. Then you can style this. I can put it over there. So now I'm going to put, I don't know if that was the first job project, but, well, you may not want to put job project for what's actually your resume, but for organizing it for the class for now, job project, I think that was our, well, job project 1, and campaign, oops, there we go, marketing campaign for VPI event. Or we can come up with something better with that, but still. Now we have that out there. We move this up a bit. Can we get one line? Can we get one line? No. Marketing. That's fine. That looks good. That's my OCD just kicking in over here. I'm going to click on here, edit text. So you can change your alignment by clicking over here. You can have it in the middle. You can have it justified, which is what I'm going to go with. You can have it to the right. But I'm going to justify it just to make it look a little bit more OCD pleasing. And there we go. That's one marker showcasing my work. So I can see it and everything. So now, guys, I'm going to hit publish. This is the important part. So I'm hitting publish. And there it is. Congratulations. Your site's been published. View site. Here it is. Guys, there's my live link. So now I'm going to take this link and I'm going to copy it. And now I can send it to anyone I want in the world, and I'm good to go. So now over here, guys, now I've got to update that. So again, going back to here, so I would go back. Oh, there's mobile also, so you can edit things on mobile, but we'll come back to that a little bit later. So I'm going to double click on up here. So where it says Maya Nelson, I'm going to change that to Matt Weisfeld. It can stay as project manager or anything. And again, I'm going to hit publish so we can see how that updates. And again, I'm done, and I'm just going to update this. So I'm going to press F5 to refresh my page, and there I am, Matt Weisfeld. I can view my resume, which I did not update, but here it is. This is, guys, where you can download the resume. That's where I would add in the actual Word document file or PDF if it's exported. About me is where we have this. Projects, and here it is, guys. There's my first project. Then you can link it so it opens up. But as an employer, if I'm looking at this, I really got a nice visual of who I'm dealing with. It's Matt Weisfeld, music, karate, and he's at the family. Okay, I'm looking for someone like that. I can see his resume. Oh, that's really nice. I can see his projects. Oh, wow, look at his work experience, and I'm nice and happy. So, guys, I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope this was a help, and hopefully I'll see you all on Thursday, although it does look like we're going to have some more snow. Stay nice and warm, and your main focus now is to work on this site. I want you to work on your portfolio site. I want to see your projects. I want you to put yourself into it. And then what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to make it where these are going to be your last two things you do before the midterm. And also a project with VPI as far as, let's see if it's ready. Oh, here we go. This kind of says it all. What we're going to do with it, guys, is I'm going to be bringing in a product. It may not necessarily be this at this stage because of the blizzard, but I'm going to be bringing in this project or this product, and I'm going to set up the adjunct office to be a proper, like, high-level type of marketing area so that groups or individuals can earn time. So what we're doing, guys, and what we just went over today, yeah, actually I had this all laid out. So we created your logo and branding identity. We built your online portfolio. We uploaded the logo. We added our resume. Well, we didn't do that together, but you guys saw it the same as using with the picture, so we can do that. And then you want to stylize it and make it your own. With it, guys, you want to have your resume, your project 1 through 3, all your other assignments, then personal work. That's if you've already already done something that would fit for your portfolio, please add that. The logo and branding, that would be exactly what we did here, as far as either having this or the picture of yourself. But in general, guys, I do want you to have a logo somewhere on there, just as, again, from a graphical standpoint, from experience, and making sure you know what to do with it. And this I meant to show you as well what I like with Wix, because Wix gives you a blog. You can have something like this for free, which lets you have content. In this case, I used AI to make it work close for the Blizzard, for VPI, and then I put this out there as a blog, and then I sent it out to all my subscribers utilizing Wix. Again, guys, going back to what we're doing, so that's what we're doing over here. Bonus round, if you guys want to connect the Printify shop that we made a while back, we could do that together if you're having trouble with it. And then the next big project, like I was saying, I will be bringing in a product. You're gonna have time, whether we're individuals or groups, which will get figured in class whenever we have it. And this is where you're gonna have the ability to really dive deep, whether you're making photos, videos, social media content, and again, on one hand, working solo, team up, competition, building your portfolio, but this is also real. I'm giving you guys real products, and not just my own. We're going to start with VPI, but other companies are going to have the same. They're already asking me to do stuff, and so that's why, guys, if you just want to get the grade, you do it, you upload it, and you're good to go. But if you want to reach for something greater with this, this is that opportunity to shine for real-life products. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you all in class.